going on, guys? This is X Taste, and we are back with another Civ 6 video. And today we got Abraham Lincoln, and we are on the last technology of the modern era. Then we're into the atomic, and on the atomic, still got several bonuses I got to pick up here, but not too many. Not too many. I think we had a lot of these worked out. As far as victory condition goes, we are killing it on the score. Science, we're probably actually going to get some space going here. I got the plot laid out right here. We're going to go ahead and play at our spaceport. Culture, we got 33 out of 143 as far as tourism goes. Domination, we've taken out 4 civs. Religion, we haven't been doing too much. And diplomacy, we basically just got things from wonders and texts and whatnot as far as diplomatic points go. But let's take a look and see here. So we had Cristo Redentor that we was going to build here in Washington. Our capital is really coming along good. We have, looks like about 3 civs left to take over. We're still allied with Alexander, so we're pushing this direction. We had 2 heroes. We had Beowulf and the twins over here. Hercules is on the way. We got 24 turns on Hercules for lifespan, 24 on the twins, and 24 on Beowulf. That's right, we made them all in the same turn. And 7 turns until a rebellion here at Ravenna. We do have Amani coming in. Well, let's go ahead and just kick this off here. So we're going to go for the 3 turns for combustion. We need amenities here, so if we can go ahead and get... I'd like to get something set up here where I can bonus... This might be it right here. Here's the play. Pop that right there. And we will go do a theater square. I'm gonna go entertainment complex. And we're also gonna go a wonder. We can pop one in right there. And we need some kind of a seaside one. So that's gotta be near a harbor. Actually, it might be better suited to do it like this. Let's get a water park in there like that. And do we have a water park? We do. So there's our water park. We'll do our theater there, and that'll take care of our amenity problem. Now over here, Cincinnati. We are looking at as far as our golden age goes. So we're currently in a golden age. We've got 28 to 40, what was that, 28 to 48 turns left. And Dark Age is 339 or above. Threshold for golden age, I need to get a 353. So I got 28 turns to get about another 20 points to stay in a golden age. So we're going to go ahead and start kicking out some settlers here. A lot of these cities that you found, you'll get era score for them. So we're going to kick out some era score. Over here we do need a little bit more population to get this in here, and that's going to help with amenities. Now we did want to get over here and get that built. We can buy this, and we'll chop that out. Looking on getting a railroad down here, but I didn't want to build on these tiles because this mountain's been erupting all game long. So we're trying to build our railroad outside of that blast radius. Okay, now Philadelphia, yeah, that's gonna be Industry, that's a +5 industry there. That's pretty dang good right out the gate. We were just basically picking up. That whole section over there got just ripped to shreds when I came through it. But we got a lot of bonuses off of it, so we're all good. And it looks like I wanted, originally my plan was to put this guy here. But now we're going to have to alterate that a little bit, so we'll go like that. And is this flatland? It is. So we can do a spaceport there, and that'll be totally fine. Here's our artifacts. We'll heal up, and basically I was just trying to get down here and get these dyes is what I was trying to do. So I'm just going to take a peek and see if we still need that corporation on there or not first. We're going to get over here with the twins. And that's going to get us a flanking bonus. Beowulf takes the first hit, and that's about the end of that defense there. And here comes the twins with the second one. And we're one turn away from finishing that out altogether. Basically, we're just we want to shoot this gap here. I really do want to get a war going with Alexander, even though he's my ally. That's kind of like the last piece of the puzzle here. I've been on the war path for a while, and it is that when you're on the war path and you're strong, as basically I've become now in this game, now it's about just removing every single player from the board that I can. And there's no reason to keep an ally at this point. All we're looking to do is get a second upgrade on any one of these soldiers. And from there, you get an error score every time you get a second upgrade. What I mean by that, see the little 1 next to these guys? The little number 1 there? That's this right here. And when he fills up this XP bar down here, we'll get a second one on him. And you get an error score for the second upgrade on any one unit. So you come to this point in the game, you want to stay on that war path because that's where you're going to get a lot of your error score. Basically, one thing we're struggling on is our allies in the way on our gap there. So this is a good, whenever I say farming triangle, is if you get 3 farms together, this farm bonuses this farm and bonuses this farm, so they're all bonusing each other. So that's a decent end game play, and you start being able to throw together those farming triangles like that. Just basically getting ready here. 400 and iron. So we got 3 oil, and if we upgrade here, we're going to consume 1, so it'll come on the next turn here. So we got our first artillery piece. Basically, we're just going to try to get one of these guys in here for some pillaging. Oh, this camp can shoot at him, so we got to be a little careful there. Put him to sleep. Just gonna be sending everyone I can. So Cardiff. We got Cardiff. Okay, yeah. We're already in our 6th tier on Cardiff, so we don't need another one. Now we're looking for the next. It'll probably be right here. We can get a 6th tier on here. So we got 3 charges left. So let's get down there for our 6th tier. We do have 1200. So we can build. We can build real quick something, but well, I mean buy. We can buy something. What I'm looking for is where is Arthur? I thought we had one more hero that we could have bought. What I'm wondering is he building somewhere else? And maybe have forgotten about it. So where's someone else built Arthur? Okay, well either way, we can grab. No, we can't get another settler. We can only get soldiers. We can get a naturalist. And do I still need him though is the question. So I'm looking for bonuses. There's a research lab, need that. The national park is what I'm looking to see. Do I still have to build a national park? Let's see it there. I might have already got it. It's a 2 biplanes, drones, 3 tanks, aerodrome, 3 armies. So I think I might have already got the national park part done. So I'm just gonna save the faith until I find something worth buying, which would basically be another hero. Or I get to the golden age and we can get like builders or settlers or something like that. So, and we're still popping up 404 faith per turn, so that is pretty dang good for being where we are in the game. Only turn 223. Okay, we're gonna get another corporation here. Flex Pearl Corporation. Here's what I mean by a second. So that should be an error score there, and it was. We had 339, I believe. Now we're at 340. And this gives me 1 free luxury resource in my capital. So my next turn, go here, you go to amenities. This number should go up either just did, or we're going up on the next one. Next turn, I mean. So now Vanilius, I think we brought this missionary here to convert for a quest, and we did. So there's the conversion. He was just trying to catch up to here. Yeah, let's get into Rome. And Rome should fall pretty quickly. Now, do they have any wonders? So we got one here. So we'll pick up Terracotta Army. They got another here. They got the Great Library. Pick up those two, see how that goes. And a mega colossal eruption there.
Sculpture serves to give people one thought. Everything is in God's hands.
This is probably one of the last wonders we're going to build in our capital. As far as our capital and the wonders that we got going on, this might be about it. Let's take a look. So another 2 error score.
Isn't everything.
Coming right along here. We are a fascist government. And we're running the third alternative. We've always been at war, so we've got 25% reduction in propaganda for war awareness. Seaports and Renaissance walls generate +2 science. We got our gold reduced, so we can upgrade our army as we go. Our yields are up because we're at war and we're yielding, or we're tearing apart basically anyone that we get into their area. I've got the capacity for 17 trade routes, even though I don't have them all active. I gotta get more bought. We gotta get those last 5 up. We're still building out our empire. Still got the +2 builds card on. Campus and industry bonus card 100%. Still just picking up merchants because we're still building corporations. +15 for wonder. Getting great engineer points. We'll get influence points for our open borders, and a +4 for just extra attack power on when we're at war here. So that's what I'm running as far as cards go. Go ahead and grab that up there, and here we go. Triggers Eureka for 2 random technologies from industrial or modern era. Reveals oil without the normal technology. So this, we might not even be able to use this guy. Let's see. So these have already been triggered. So basically this guy, we would have had to get him last, the last bit. So he's basically just wasted. I probably should just pass on him. There is some kind of a bonus. I forget where it is. Where if you use a great person, you get another huge, like it's usually like a science or like a faith, build of, or a bonus of some sort. Okay, from here, what do we want to do? We want to go into more growth. So here's something: is the housing here. See how it says +2 housing? If you open the build menu up and you go to build, right, you'll see that growth, housing is part of it. Okay, so you want more housing than citizens. So if you are at 13 citizens and your housing is 13, your population growth rate is slowed by 75% by not having extra housing. So that's why you would take the sewer here. Just helps with the overall population growth. And you can see here amenity. So when wondering, should you be doing housing, should you be doing amenity, amenity is pretty awful. If they're displeased, and they are, we have 4 amenities and we need 5 to keep everyone happy here. So when our amenities are at displeased, we're -15% growth rate, and we're -10% on non-food yields. Okay, our housing is 10.49, so our growth rate is still only 50% slowed. So really, not having the correct amount of housing is hurting us more than the amenities. So we're going to correct the housing first. And as far as that goes, what would we want? Is maybe get a neighborhood going here, or the easiest thing is just to pop another sewer in here at 7 turns. Then we won't have to buy anything. So right here, once again, 3 amenities, 4 required to be totally happy. But housing is where we're hurting. You see that like time and again. So right here, 11 housing, 9 citizens. So this is pretty good. Now we can tackle the amenity problem and get a zoo +1 amenity. And that's kind of when you're trying to choose between what do I need, an amenity or do I need housing. Housing is definitely the big one. Now, like this one right here, we have enough amenities to cover our 3. We have more than enough housing to cover. So in this case and scenario, you would want to go ahead and get the builder to develop more land. And that's kind of the game that you play when you're looking at, well, what should I do? What's the most important thing that we need right now? For something like this, you're thinking, well, where am I going to plant? Where would I want to put more housing, right? I have 3 options for an aqueduct here. And basically, here's the way I look at it with an aqueduct. Because it bonuses a factory, we're going to set up something like this, where I can put a factory down here, here, or here. Well, in this setup, a campus would be really good here because this is bonusing, this is bonusing, this is bonusing. Everything around here damn near is bonusing a campus. And even still, that would be another good spot, but we can only put it in one place. We can't hit both of those. But we can put this by the river, and that's going to be a good setup. And we can put our factory there. These mountains, because we have Machu Picchu, are going to bonus that. We're going to get a bonus here. And the factory is going to get a bonus here. So that's the setup you want. Then you ask yourself, okay, how are we going to get to this setup the easiest? What's the easiest way of getting to this setup? The easiest way would be chopping this out first. So we're going to go with the worker. And that's kind of like the process of thinking you got to have when you're in in a late game stage and you're trying to figure out, well, what should I be doing? Should I be going for a builder? Should I be going for an amenity? Should I be going for housing? Or are all 3 of those things satisfied and now I can go for production or even food? So that's kind of the name of the game. Then when you get late in the stage game with an archaeologist like this, now you're thinking, yes, there is something that can be done here and here and here. This is probably the only one where I have something planned that is stopping it from happening. So we're going to excavate here and get that fixed. Okay, now villainous is converted. So now what we want to do is look for one of these guys that has a conversion quest. Like Valletta is one. Auckland's another. The reason I haven't chosen them is I already got the stage 6. So I'm looking for a conversion quest that doesn't have a stage 6 already. And here it is. And we were sending Himiko here. So when we send Himiko here, we only want to use 1 charge for Himiko. It looks like this dust storm right here. Maybe it was over here and kind of ripped this apart. What do we want to do now? Guess we can get in here and get a lumber mill on this jungle. And we got to be very careful. We've only got the 3 oil. So we can't really go, quickly into the industrial era soldiers too much until we really expand our oil. Okay, so here we go. Take them out. Yeah, let's just take. Okay, now whenever you're in a situation like this where you have 2 cities that you're just taking and both are having rebellion problems because the influence from Rome is so big on these 2 cities. Best way to do this is you want a Mahdi, and then this is a government. This is an upgrade on her I don't have yet, but I will get it. It's cities within 9 tiles lose 2 loyalty per turn. So you're going to put that in your main city that you just took. And then your next bonus that you're looking for is Victor here. And we're going to come down to, not the city we just took, the city that's closest to here. And the reason we're going to go with Victor is he's got this one here. Units defending within this city's territory get +5 combat strength. That's great, but not what we're not what we're doing this for. Your other cities within 9 tiles gain 4 loyalty per turn. That's what we want. So Amadi is taking away loyalty per turn. Victor is giving loyalty per turn. Okay, so that's the setup you're going for, and that's how you can keep the war machine moving. Is you use those two in tandem like that to take care of your loyalty problems. There's other parts of the puzzle that we can do there, but that is basically the bottom line easiest. All right, now for here, what we want to do is we want to get on a river, which is probably going to be right here. And for here, I'm just basically speedrunning these guys. And in this area, the hardest thing is taking these big armies because their movement is still not that great. These soldiers are still, basically they're end of Renaissance era soldiers. So the logistics of moving them around the map is still quite slow. These guys are basically just on a launch point here. As soon as war can start with Greece, they're gonna get up there, and we're gonna march right in and take it all over. Basically, for here, I'm looking for. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. Something like this, or oil, or repair up here. Gain sources. And for here, I'd like to get into. We're going to stay right here for now. And when you just take over a city, you're usually looking for a loyalty play, if there is one. What I mean by that is if it doesn't have a monument, you want a monument so you can get the +1 loyalty. If not, you're looking at food and production. And I'm just getting up here trying to chase these guys. Alright. Consuming one. Yeah, we'll get the second one there. Alright. This is, like I say, it's a. You got an army this big, you gotta just like, it's like a wall of water moving forward. So we wanted to come down to, I believe it was here. And yeah, that's alright. We can come down there. We can get a Eureka from one random modern era. And all the modern eras are taken. So this is one right here where we're going to put this guy to sleep. And we're looking to make that play us there where there's a. I forget what it is. We'll see if we can find it. But there is one play where you can, when you're using great people, it'll give you like an extra boost to it's either culture or faith or even science. So we're gonna look and see if there's anything coming up later. But basically, you get nothing for burning that guy as it is. So the best thing you can do is just put him to sleep. then if you get that upgrade later on where you can do that stuff, where you get extra stuff for using a, like a dead great person, then you go ahead and do it. I was going for... We just brought that monk over here to put a little work in. We gotta back off because he'll get killed if he stays there. Alright, the North-South Railroad is in. So it does look like we already got our corporation here. So now from here, we're probably going to be looking at planting a forest here. Instantly builds a factory and workshop in this district. Factories provide +2 production. And we're going to have to take a look and see, is that +2 production for factories all across the land? Or is it just for that particular factory? So we'll take a peek and see. Okay, now we can go amenity or food. And here's once again the way you do this. So you come to the beginning here, and you can see that amenity, we're content, no bonuses. Housing, we got 21. So we definitely can grow, and we don't need the amenity. So let's go ahead and go with the food. And we'll go ahead and keep going on with the... I don't know that I want to do the oil power plant here, though. Well, I know I don't want to do it. Let's go film studio. And these guys do need amenity. Here's oil that we need really bad. And now we got, now once again, these guys do still need amenity. And they're fine on housing. So it's kind of a tough one when you're thinking about, well, what do we actually want to do? Because we're not really building any, we're not going to get any wonders built in here. And if you pop culture, this is the best spot you got to do anything with a culture play. There's no place to put an aqueduct here. So realistically, about the best we can do here with these guys is something like this, where it's a short-term way of thinking, but it's going to be a theater and a water park. And then it'll be purchased there. And we can just keep going right the water park. Yeah, harbor content and need more housing. And the lighthouse does get one housing, so we're gonna go with the lighthouse. Continuing on with our railroad. So we got those guys out, so we're gonna keep pushing over here with our ranger, and we're gonna land right here and see if we can't start messing with Kagwana. Okay, instantly builds a factory. So let's test this in a way here. We're looking for a place. Maybe just built a factory here recently. Or here. I need a newly built factory. Now here's one that's coming up. Might be a good spot to try it. So we're going to get over here in 3 turns. See how that goes. Going another, remember I was saying farming triangles. Here we go. bonusing up all that with our farming triangle. We're putting back together the problem that happened there. And here we go. Take 2 turns off of that. That'll work. Getting our railroad over to Boston. We do gotta chop this out. So let's chop it out. We gotta be careful. This 71 defense here. This city can shoot and shoot well. They use Beowulf for have him heal up. The back mountain pass into Rome. Here's another city. Denver. Realistically, what I need is... That's what I need down there. What district is that? Okay, so this encampment belongs to this city. Currently got a monument up here, and the next thing I want is an engineer, so that we can start building a railroad this way through the pass. That'll help move our soldiers up quicker. Okay, and here we go with a monument. And like I said, this is gonna be slow to get these guys through. It's gonna get 1 through the pass at a time. But they're queued up in line. So we're just pushing forward, repairing what's behind us. Same game here. Eventually we're going to look up one day and this alliance is going to be about over. But in the meantime, it is there. When it is about over, we can move this guy up into this area here. Alright, we're going to raid that baby. And yep, there's a lumber mill there. Alright, now 2,000. That's a pretty good chunk of change there for faith, but once again, we still don't need any faith. We get combustion and tanks here in 1 turn. This is a good coastal build here. It's got to go adjacent to a harbor, though. Whenever you combine like that, one of the cool things about it is whatever characteristics the original and the new unit, whatever characteristics they have, they split. They don't split. They get to keep everything from both. So you can see this bombard gets 25% experience from stable, 25% from armory, 25% from military academy. Right, it gets the +1 embark from the Great Lighthouse, and +1 from the general in the area, which is this guy. So we'll separate him and go ahead and put this general down here. Or actually, it was this general, not this one. Move him back. We'll separate him. We'll put the general over here. And we'll just go ahead and put that together. And they'll stay together right there. Right, let's get another barbarian. Come on, here. And when this goes off here, we should get another bonus. And I brought Beowulf here to get shot, but basically he's going to pillage here for health. The twins are going to heal up in here. And if I can get the twins down here and kill this bombard, I'll get another bombard. So that'll be just awesome. I see we got an encampment here, which we can buy. That's the one thing that I'm struggling with on this playthrough is my gold per turn sucks for where it's at on this at this stage in the game. I got to get a lot more. But part of that is because I got so many units from my industrial areas that I got just this massive army. But you know, massive armies, they do take gold resources to go ahead and fund them. That's a gold play there, so we'll do that. Need the oil wells, big time. Nuclear fusion, where's that? Right here. Writing points. Let's check our city. 28 housing on a plan of 22, so housing's great. The citizens are just content, but we can do better than that. And we will put
As soon as you trust yourself.
Great work there. And these guys are happy, so it's plus 10% food, plus 10% to non-food yields. That's what we want to get Washington up to, where we're 10%ing our stuff in there. Plenty of housing, so don't need any housing. And really we just need more pop, right? More population. More housing ain't necessarily going to do that. We need more food. I was thinking of Petra. But yeah, no, we don't need a Petra necessarily. We need more food, so we're going to go builder. And this city here, amenities are fine. Housing is fine. Realistically, what do we need? Another district. Get a 5er right here, which would turn into a 6 eventually, so let's do that. Money. Let's get over and harvest that. We'll repair that. And still fixing stuff up here. And we need an engineer for our railroad. Now these guys got an anti-tank crew here, which would just rip my guy apart here, so we do need to get over here and actually kind of get these guys built up a little bit here. Eight envoys, that's quite a bit. So we'll put one enamel doll for our 6. Let's put one to get Kumasi, even though we don't really need that. These are mostly be just to get to here. More to Valenius. More to Akkad. Then, where do we want to put this one? Sure, maybe one more to Venice. Okay, we'll go ahead and heal up. I got 3 builds on this guy. When in doubt, get a strategic resource. Alright, double flanking bonus. Chop out there so we can get our next setup going. And this guy was going to get his railroad all the way to the sea, and I was going to cross the river with him there, or cross the channel with him. Or ocean, whatever you want to call it. Still going to send troops over here for the final. Oh, I should have put the railroad there. I missed that. Alright, now I'm looking for any artifact that is stopping me from building something I want to build. And I've cleared most of these out. So we're looking pretty good in this section here. It's looking to me like the next closest one that will need to come out probably be, might even be this guy here. Or that. Let's look over here. There's an airport there I want to build. Just go ahead and pop them on the airport here. Okay, one more city. Set up right here, I think. You can buy out to these two. More oil. With these guys, like I said, it's a slow movement through the pass. They're kind of in line. And really, you can just start putting them in alert at this point until you recognize that you got enough guys through that you don't need to cycle them every turn. Because there comes a point there where it's like, okay, I've got 4 guys active, but I'm only going to get 1 through the pass. So I might as well just go ahead and fortify the other and wait until they're ready. You know, it's just less units to have to deal with on each turn. So here we go, Beowulf coming in. Or not Beowulf, this is Hercules. There's another cavalry. Go ahead and hook up right there. Don't got the money, but we'll put them to sleep. That money. One more for Himiko there. And the soldiers have landed. So this artillery is just tickling right here. It's not really a problem. So we're going to kind of roll up. We're just going to take the shots and This is grassland, plains, plains. So if we set up right here, this artillery should be able to hit Rome, which is what we want.
The release of atom power has
Stick with the setup I got. Culture, we need this, but we're not going to be able to get the bonus on it, I think, unless we get a great person that can kick it over real quick. Okay, so Beowulf, he's got 6 charges. He can damn near instantly eliminate somebody like that. So we'll do that for starters. Can do it 1 per turn. Alright, we'll fortify there. The toys, that is awesome. 4 amenity for toys, that's great. Okay, we got our war department up. At this point with this city, you're just looking, housing's fine. We could use an amenity. So we'll get the amenity. This place could use an amenity. And we're still trying to get that fixed. Right? We need to chop that out. But right now, we're going to go ahead and stick with the plan. Because actually, this gives 2 amenity, right? Our religion, right here. Districts with face of James Bonus provide production as well, so that's cool. Pantheon, this is it. 2 amenity and housing for cities if they're by a river. That is incredibly awesome. Once again, here we're looking at 8 amenities out of the 5 needed. So these guys are happy as can be. Plenty of housing. These guys are a model city. So you might actually be looking at doing a wonder here. We'll get a worker. We need food. We should probably harvest this. And then we can do our wonder there. So let's do that. Alright, now we do want to put this up here, so let's go ahead and harvest this. And we're going to drop our railroad. Our railroad makes it all the way to the coast now. We planted a forest. By planting the forest, we added a production to it. Now we're going to put a lumber mill on it. Alright, we got our film studio. And amenities 7 out of 7. Housing is 21 out of 13. So this place can grow big time. Do we want to do this? Why not? 3 turns? Let's do it. Production. Go ahead and do that. Still need gold. Always need more gold. These guys got an amenity problem. We put 1 writing in there. We'll do another one up here.
The human race is a monopoly.
Okay, and here we go. Promote Amani 9. Right here, they lose 2 loyalty for stays within 9. Do we want production there? We want a farming triangle. I think we should go with the farming triangle. Alright, toys, here we go. Let's see if it actually works on this one or the next one. It's probably the next one. So we have 13 amenities now. Let's see where we end up after this turn. I'm going to be looking at putting a city probably over here, so let's just be ready for that. Something like that. Get our railroad down into there. Alright, now we're looking at +1 housing. Oh, this is what we want right here. We're gonna get our oil rigs up here in a minute. Start working on Nantes. Oh, just go ahead and take it. 2 turns. Now we are going to need to move somebody up to kind of hold position there, and it's probably gonna be Reyna or Muksha. Let's do Reyna. That'll buy us a little bit extra time. We're going to need to repair this. $75 for 1 more oil. Let's go ahead and do it. And we have a mad dash for Paris right now. Fortunately, there's a camp between us, so it's going to be slow moving through here. And we only got 3 turns, and these are not really turning over any quicker, so this is probably going to go right back into rebellion here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do anything with it quick enough. But we can stay here and fight, that's totally fine. I think I can just upgrade a lot of these guys. Because these soldiers here, they have that attribute that says does not require resources when created or to maintain. So it really just comes down to the amount of gold you have to upgrade them. Look at this, he finally caught up. So we got our army there. What the money? Oh, you do have to have a base oil to do that, though. Sure, why not? 1 more. 3156. I do got to get something going with Faith here pretty soon. It's going to happen right here, I think. I think we'll probably make a cavalry army. And we'll probably turn this guy into a line infantry army. Okay, 1 more turn and we're going to put this guy to a test. So we're just going to put him to sleep for now. Alright, then from here, you know, we want the jungle over here. Production's good. We can go for a farming triangle. He's up here. This builder can do that. So I think we're gonna go ahead and go with lumber mills down here. If I can just get this alliance over with and done with. They usually have like their own expiration date on them. Where they just, it's all over, no more alliance. So we get that alliance over with. We got this whole army that we've been building up over here. They're just gonna mop right through. Big eruption there.
Nothing on this earth lasts.
Right. Now, Beowulf. This is Beowulf's awesome ability here. Say goodbye. Say goodbye to the Bombard there. Go ahead and get some science. And basically Beowulf's just gonna run around this place, getting money, getting us money. Okay, let's bring the twins in here. Come back down into there. And I feel comfortable bringing the monks in because I want them to get shot. I'm trying to upgrade them. So we're going to figure out who this encampment belongs to. And it actually looks like it belongs to Kume. And in a couple turns, we're going to get the barracks. In the meantime, we can build one more cavalry. We can just do our barracks there. We can do the armory. Military academy. Cavalry corps times 2. Turn that into our army. And we still got enough to go ahead and do this right here. Get him up and around. Stay there just like that. And maybe that made them happy enough there that they're not going to kick us out. But if they do, we're going to kick the doors right back in. We'll stick with food there. Now here's our play. So let's take a peek at this. We're going to plant this in here. It's a plus 10 industrial zone right now as it stands. Okay. Then we're going to look at Washington's industrial zone. And it's a plus 12. 3, 6, and 12. Okay. So now let's use this guy. Okay, and then we're going to come back over here and take a look. Plus 12, 3, 6, 12. Now the next turn we want to see if these went up or if it was just this one. It's kind of like a min-maxing thing we can check to see on the cities. I do got to get my air game going. I need aerodromes. I need planes. I do got a couple things I can do between now and then. I still got to get an oil power plant. We're currently using one more oil than we have. These guys, we're just going to keep sending them up around over there. Okay, we got our zoo. How happy are we here? 14 out of 12 amenity, 20 out of 23 housing. Let's get even happier. Here's where I wanted my oil power plant anyway. 4 turns, so that'll work out fine. Alright, I do gotta deal with these guys. They are messing with my setup. Ooh, and I forgot. You do a Sinbad too. Farming triangle. And we're just gonna go in, even with the bombard. Just heal a little bit faster in cities. Alright, where am I missing? 5th. Guess Hong Kong wouldn't be bad. Let's one more charge into Hong Kong there. Continuing our railroad east to west. Now we did take that out. Let's get up here. And we're gonna put our railroad through here because we want to put this up. So when we do move there, it's going to be real easy for our builder to get there and get it up on that same turn, just by having the railroad on there. Okay, Cincinnati. We're going for a full-on Washington build-out now. All of our new troops, I'm just sending up here to France. Okay, that was our railroad that we wanted, and we said after we got that, we wanted to get our engineer over to here and start railroading this. And we can build a lighthouse or a shipyard district. So we're looking for a place like here, where we know we're going to need a lighthouse and a shipyard eventually. And our air scores come along just fine, so I'm not going to worry about not getting the air score with that admiral. Because when you get a new general or a new admiral, you get an air score if you can win a battle with him. Terrence and Nantes is going to revolt. That was what I wanted. I wanted our monk to get shot, so he gets experience, because heroes don't get experience. So they targeted the one I wanted. And the end game push, here we go. Yeah, go ahead and use that. Basically, I'm just going to start using the heroes to either pillage or take out walls. Okay, he does gotta come in here a little bit more, but we can get XP like that. I'm just selecting the thing that I think, because I could review every single one of these. When I get to this stage in the game, sometimes I'll just select what I can just look at it and I can tell what we need next, kind of thing. And with the industry going the way it's going, I think I am going to end up needing those seawalls sooner than later, so I'm going to go ahead and just go for them. Do this and see if we can get the uranium on the map. My oil plant is building, so that'll be next. With this, I can try stealing a technology, which I think we might just do. We do need to steal a technology. That guy's just burning and pillaging. Mostly, we got some repairing still to do yet. Now I'm just looking at connecting as many cities as I can down here with the railroad. We were keeping the jungle. Just staging up there, getting ready. Not quite a farming triangle, but we'll do it. This is what we want. We want to come over here and use Sinbad to make us some money. And we want to plant a forest here with a lumber mill in here, it looks like. That's what we need, more oil. Surprisingly struggling with oil on this playthrough right now. Not nearly as much oil as I would normally like. Now for Washington, we want food. And we're going to take the highest food and production setup we can. And I like to keep my forests around unless I have a reason to get rid of them. I did want to check this one right here. So is plus 12, 3, 8. So it did get 2 plus on the factory here. So let's read this. Factories provide. So this is a real big one then. And what'll be interesting to see is if the next use doubles it up again. So we want to find a place that needs a workshop and a factory. And here's one. So we're going to come down here and run another test. Is this? Can you double this up? Because if you can, that is that great person there is one of the best ones you can get. Popping 4 production on a factory that is bonusable. Yeah, we're going to go with the housing. Alright, we get a 5 food and a 4 food, so let's do that. willing to come over here and try to piss these guys off all the time. See what happens. Okay, 1,092 gold. Let's go ahead and click on Washington. Let's get another trader up. 500. Can we do a second one? Yes, we can. And we're just, at this point, we're just trying to blow the population of Washington up. Because we're coming to the point in the game here where I might even be able to just, yeah, right here, 33 turns to win. I don't need to do it quite like that. Okay, we're gonna get Cold War here. I didn't get nuclear fusion built or researched in time. It's really hard to actually get to nuclear fusion before you come to this Cold War. Very hard. Most of the time, I end up culturally heavy. Most of the time. I love going back to like the area I started at, and it's like Metropolis getting built out really good, you know. So it's one of those deals where the more you get into it, the cooler the game gets. And rip me to shreds.
Roads were set up a Colossus.
Ooh, you're right to worry. Your time has come, Alexander. Your time has come. I'm going to stick with what we got. I like our setup. Alright, build a spaceport or an aerodrome on a foreign country or foreign continent. We're going to go with that. It's going to be a struggle to get both those done, so. Forms an army or unit, Napoleon Bonaparte, not really needed, but more culture, we'll take it. More culture. Okay, now we need. Just want to see where we're ecstatic. Plus 20% growth, 20% to non-food yield in a city with 23 pop, and we got 28 housing. So realistically, more growth. We can do that. All right, now what we want? What do we want here? Got our Colossus up. I guess we're just kicking out more and more builders here, right? We could probably just queue this in for a ton of more builders. Well, we can't put we can put another coal power plant in, which would make if we're gonna just build builders nonstop here, let's just put the coal plant in. I know for these guys, here's the way I look at this when I come to this stage in the game. I can, if I'm seeing an amenity problem, go with the shopping mall. If I'm not seeing an amenity problem, I'm going to go with the food market. Now I see that we have oil here and we need that oil, so we're going to go for the oil. Here we need money, so we're going to go with money. This is where I wanted my industry. I keep not getting money every time. I'm always low on money. At least this is ticking up right now, so there is that. We'll just take the XP. Alright, combat strength, fascism. So it's 192 combat strength, plus 8 flanking bonus. Look at that. That's just by being surrounded by all these guys. Finally, your turn has come, Alexander. 600 for the, yeah, we'll attack there. 600 per Sinbad charge. Man, we're like kids in a candy store coming into this war right here. Yeah, we'll just keep going. The farming circles up there. Yeah, down here, we're going to keep forest. Always keep forest next to a holy district. And we're just shooting the gap here. Alright, now Beowulf. Yeah, we'll take the science. From here, we're going to go... Yeah, we'll go listening post. No technologies to steal. Get up here and take the 580. To get up there and steal more there. We're just going to keep hitting the wall there. That's just an XP play there. Okay, so this went back to Nantes. Well, we're just going to take it right back. Or this went back to Paris. And we're going to try again to put Reina there. 4 turns. And this time maybe we can get 3. Maybe we can get this, it's 5 turns till that's up. Maybe we can get that up some way, shape, or form before that kicks over again. Alright, now, this Highlander. Oh, it's a Scottish unit, huh? Can we buy Highlanders from these guys? Yeah, we can. We can get a Highlander. Kind of neat. We're going to play defensively here, though. I'm going to try to get this guy out of here. He might die. Alright. We are going to get a power plant here soon. So I'm going to wait for that. I don't know if we're going to get this, but I might as well just get my spaceport, you know, get that going. This place needs more food, so on to the food. Washington, more food, so we get a 3-4 right here with London, so we're going to do that. And again, we'll go to Liverpool with a 3-3-6. And we're going to go ahead and buy. Oh, it's right here. Oh, 500. Get 1, 2 more. Chop out there, get our entertainment district up, and here more farms. Okay, Napoleon. Where we want Napoleon? Let's just send him over for the war. Okay, one more great work there. We'll start filling the great works up over here. Want to chop that out. More oil. We do need oil. More oil. Now we're cooking. Now we're coming along. And we're just gonna keep sending troops over. What I love to see is when I got a war going on and more troops just keep showing up. Stuff that I queued up 10 turns ago, all of a sudden is here, ready for battle. Back to the North Sea there. We'll just have this guy stay down there. Got another artifact. And I think we want to just go ahead and... we don't get the money. Do with this guy. Repairing that. Okay, that's our next test right there. Next turn, we're going to see if we can stack that guy's ability. In 6 turns, this guy will to do something with what we got going on there. Beating up our cans, galley. Oh, they sink it? Ooh, they almost sunk. Right now, we can pretty much just get any archaeological thing now with it. We'll get the, let's get the Statue of Liberty. We don't, you usually want to put the Statue of Liberty on an area where you have a border with a really strong civilization that you don't plan on taking over. And you can put the Statue of Liberty there and get the loyalty bonus with it. But for right now, we're going to drop it there. Just as like a, like we're doing well kind of thing. We're chopping this. That's already built. Now we want entertainment. Could use a builder here. 22 turns though, so now we need something a little bit closer to, just a little bit closer to finishing soon. Alright, we're just gonna keep pushing in. One big shot there. Burn that. We're just gonna push in again. That pillage? Oh, they're falling so fast. I'm gonna just steamroll them. Just keep going. Well, now I'm getting 9 per turn, so now it's looking a lot better. We can upgrade there. Okay, let's get Moksha into there. And get our monument. Right now, we want to, I think, let's bonus our production. Got a seaport. More money. It seemed to matter how much money you got, you seem to always need more. Yeah, we'll take that money. Alright, yeah, might as well just push right in. Okay, Rome, are you about ready to go down, Rome? Is it over? I'm gonna take the money. Plus only 1 point for a pillage. I love that upgrade. And down. Pillage. We want to take it? Yeah, I think we'll take it. Alright, Rome is ours. Still 32 points for a culture win. Science, we're about to start. Domination. And what do we want to settle now? Sure, why not here? Why not? Richard Nelson, Lighthouse, we're gonna skip that turn. Still farming that baby out. Two turns so we can figure out what that's going on with. $275. Alright, let's do it. You're just upgrading anybody now. $600 more. More upgrades. Let's do it. Oh, we need more oil. Alright. More oil it is. And so really in the end what we're doing here is we're just kind of in the late stages of what is going to be a win here. I think it could be, well, I'd say we're probably anywhere from 10 turns to, at worst, 32 away from a win. And I think that 32 is just going to get closer and closer with each culture move I got going on here. And we're going to get back into some food. We got 4 from Alexandria Tronopoli, or whatever that was. And we got a 3-2 here. We've almost got all of our culture spots filled up in the city here. This city's just rocking. Washington is just rocking. It's ecstatic. Can't do any much better than what we got going on there. Cultural powerhouse. Realistic, I just need more oil. I mean, we are getting 9 per turn, but that's still not great. We are getting a pretty good amount of tourism. Put him to bed there, make another army. Yeah, we're just gonna put him to sleep here. We need more oil. That would give us a destroyer. Okay, so 2,000. And we could do another one of these guys. Yeah, let's stick with that. Well, those guys got hit pretty hard there, so we're gonna want to back out of Ostia pretty quick here. I think I'm gonna pillage, and then hit it with Beowulf. I was hoping he wouldn't attack me because I would have got 6,000 or 600 just for hitting him again. Okay, I'm gonna stick with Horatio Nelson doing nothing. Yeah, let's take a peek at what we got here. Build a spaceport. Yeah, we do need to. We're not gonna get a spaceport built, but that's what comes next. We can get one more from Jacob Astor. Hagia Sophia right there. Missionaries upon can spare religion one more time. Must be built on flat adjacent to a holy site. Must have founded a religion. Well, that doesn't really bonus either of these two, other than getting me +4 faith. So we're not going to do that. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to go to multi-queue here. And we're just going to have this guy kicking out. Oh, not traders. Builders. There we go. So we're going to just do builders out of there from now on. And now we're just taking the cheapest thing we can from almost every single place. And actually that last one, when we're in a city like this that does need more builds, I just know that's going to need a few more than what we got going on there. So yeah, let's get a builder there. Now the oil's coming along. Still going with the Salzburg. Orzalg has. How's that? Orzag has. Is that how I pronounce it? Orzag has. Alright, well, we can't pop this down here. Or here. Actually, here's better. Let's try that. So it'll be... Will it be there? No, we don't want that there. And yeah, we'll go ahead and raid. One more turn there. Should we get the submarine? Yeah, we get the submarine. And we're out of oil. Might as well just start moving. Okay, now we are coming to the point here where we want to start getting a few pillages.
When you launch a rocket,
Biplanes, man, I still am struggling. I need to focus a little bit harder on that. Let's do that here and now. Okay. We got one aerodrome. We want another one. Probably be New York. Can't be New York. About Candy. Nope, more population. So we're looking for a place that has an open district. So here we go. This is it. We are actually going to change on this. We're going to pop it right here. Because that airport is going to bonus this factory. That's totally fine. Okay, now with that being said, I do need 2 planes. And we'll get them right here. Right after Stock Exchange, Washington's going to build 2 planes. So So that's the plan. Okay, now down here we were gonna pillage, right? We're gonna gain XP. We're gonna pillage. It's that river there. We might lose the monk, but it is what it is. Okay, let's go ahead and let's take them out. Okay, Rome is ours. We're gonna go ahead and just take Antium. And we're just shooting the gap here with these guys. Doing pretty good. And yeah, we wanted that. So our hope was we'd get this built in and her in before this kicked over, but I think we're gonna lose that again. Things are mostly looking good here, but we need oil, so we're going for oil. A lot of repairing to go on here yet. We're going to get up there and get some more of the pillages going on. I'm expecting to lose this again, but I can sacrifice. I only need to keep 2 here really to make sure I take it right back on the next turn. So in the meantime, I'm going to send one of these guys down here to get just pillage all this. Realistically, I could do 2. So we'll send another guy down there. And these guys are just going to be here for when they get it back. Then we'll use them as a flank bonus to go ahead and hit the thing real hard again. Alright, we're on a repair. I should have repaired a bit before I left. Do we have the geothermal? Thermal? Does not look like it. That'd be one of the last upgrades I can do here. But we can put a out there, and then we got a spy. So we're gonna put 1 spy. Probably right here. So we are going to take that Pella pretty quick. Alright, and then we're just kind of still got 2,000 to spend, 1,700 to spend. We've filled up all of our spots that we can do here for our great works. So we're looking for another place that we can go ahead and go drop an artist painting. That might be... We might not have a spot we can put this one for right now. We'll probably need to build another art museum. So we'll keep that in mind when this kicks over. We're probably going to do an art museum here. So in the meantime, I'm going to come down here and just get ready for that. Okay, now we're looking for one more corporation. One more thing that needs a corporation. So it'll look like this, but I think it'll be like a black looking box. Like right here. Because it's a white box. The complete opposite. Meanwhile, the railroads are going all around. And we're going to take the money here. I guess, you know, by the time these guys get in, this game might be over by the time this guy lands, but let's see what happens. Let's send him anyway, huh? Once more to the breach. Okay, we got that. Got that clear. That's what we wanted. So now we can put a lumber mill there. And we are gonna go ahead and just go see if we can smack that guy there. Alright, money wise, here we go. Money, let's spend it. And we're gonna just load up on traders. Alright, takes care of that. Maybe one more engineer. And then as far as our faith goes, we have the money to do more amazing things here. This cavalry we can turn into that. And we could even make another one if we want. Let's make sure we have the correct building in there. So basically we want to do a bombard here. Because you get 25 experience for all land trained troops. So actually no, this would be a field cannon or a line infantry. But we do need a rock band. That's a good upgrade. I know it's kind of out of nowhere. We're looking at military and we're like, oh, we need a rock band. But yeah, we are to the point right now where we can start spamming some rock bands out there. We could even do a naturalist. I think there is going to be something that we can do with a naturalist there. So let's go with that for now. And this might be what we're going to do right here. I think that would be a great spot for a national park. Now I guess we can come down here and get him in the zone. Oh, look at these guys coming from my monk. Oh, and they got him. No, they didn't. He's alive. When you come to this part in the game, I almost start looking at it as, yeah, taking this city is good. And I'm gonna just keep pushing right on and on. But with all the pillages that are there, you're just pushing your tech tree further and further by not taking that city and instead playing for the pillages. At this point now, what I'm looking at is I'm looking at how many different artifacts I can gather from across the world. And that's more about theming buildings. And in the episode prior to this one, I think I talk about theming buildings, but that's what you want to do when given the choice. And we got 5 charges with Sinbad here. Do we have a place to bonus anything? And the ice has not started melting yet. We might be able to get up here and actually bonus and actually attack. Actually, we can attack here and here with Sinbad. So there's a possibility of getting some stuff going on there. We're going to go with nuclear fission because I can bonus this and I can bonus this. I'm in the process of it. Now with these guys, what I'm looking to do is anything and everything that it does not have an like any tile that is empty. I'm just going to be pushing workers on them, and I'm going to be building whatever it is that would work out good on that tile. And I will even at this stage in the game, I will even do that for like tiles where I do it like this, where I actually have a plan with what I want to do. Is I'm going to get something on there until I get to the point where I can execute my plan. Now this is a good one, but you got to build up a lot of gold to use it. So I'm going to recruit it. And now we're going to get a 2-4 right here in Skedsmo. We're going to get another 2-4 here with Armagh. What I mean by 2-4 is obviously 2 food, 4 production. Candy, another one. And is there another 2-4 in the house anywhere? It's a 2-3 in Baltimore. Two, 3 in Stavanger. And because so when I'm looking at between this one, these are the same. This one doesn't have a trading post yet, so I'm gonna take this one so I can put a trading post in there. Okay, now military engineer, we're gonna keep pushing that out. Do we have all your apostles getting martyr? Okay, that's gonna go in my spaceport area. So let's get the spaceport going on. I don't know that there is another wonder in this area that I can pop that down on. It's going to make sense. There are down here. This city can do a wonder right here or here, and it'll fit just fine and beautiful in there. The city's actually got a lot of places to put wonders on here. So let's look at that we want to put on Tundra. Awards 2 random civics when completed. Must be built on adjacent land to a theater district. That's a good spot. We'll take 2 of those, and we're going to come down here. And when this gets to 5 turns, we're going to pop this guy's ability. We're going to try to save our money up. And we're just going to hit skip turn until then. Alright. And I'm going to play all the way through to the end of this turn. I think that'll be about it. for this episode here. Okay, so here we go. Workshop. Let's take a peek at this. So it's a +6, right? Factory +8. So that's the one that really matters. We want to see if we use this here. Okay, so now we've got a factory to workshop built there. Did this go to +10 on the next turn? Is that going to be +10? Then we'll know if that one stacks. Because if it does stack, that's pretty dang sweet. The railroad continues. Alright, well, we're just going to go through the forest fire. Okay, Forest Hats is the name. Forms 2 levels more in a water park. A level more, and so two levels more in a water park is where we're gonna go with this guy. And I did build a water park right here, but we can't play there quite yet. Just looking to see if there's any water parks. Alright, we're just gonna play. We're gonna go play right there. Alright, so one more. Basically, yeah, this is what we want to do. We want to pillage this area, camp for right now. We are trying to save our monk, so we're going to get him in the chill zone here. And we are losing that on the next turn, but no worries. Start hitting Pella. And this one, we got 18 turns, so we're going to keep a unit in there. It's going to be fine. These guys, we're going to upgrade them as we push forward. Okay, still need more pillage turns. Plenty there. One more move. Looks like he's out of turns. And 3 turns so we can try what we want to do with that. Just looking for pillages there. I do want to get an aerodrome. You know, this might not be a bad spot too. Why don't we do that? Might even get an error score out of this. That's good. We'll just do another one. We're just gonna push all three of these guys over to here. Just in case a barb camp shows up, we'll take a guy down there. So from here, we're gonna fortify. Submarine. I don't really know if there's a good spot to get him into the battle, other than just having him hang where he is. Still got a quest there. Sure, we do. Converted. We're just trying to fix the land up down there. We did a number to it, so we're gonna hang there. Fix it up. Beowulf is 3 out of 3 movement turns. So yeah, we'll get in right here for the pillage. Alright. I think that might be. Yep, that was the final move. So let's see what the computer responds with here, and I think we might be 2 or 3 turns away from go ahead and finishing this thing out. Well, it's tempting to just go ahead and try to finish the thing, but you say that with Civ, and next thing you know, it's an hour and a half later till you actually do it. So I think this might be a good time to go ahead and call this one. We are right around the 2-hour mark. That's about as long as I like to make one of these. So when we come back, we're gonna finish off Rome pretty quick here, and we're gonna finish off these guys pretty quick here. I think we got one episode left, and this baby's about done. So I think we're gonna stick it around right there. Let's take a look at Washington. One more railroad tile down here. Hey, we're just waiting for geothermal. Is it one of these ones? Eventually we're going to get a thermal on here. And that's the last one we can get. So we got our spaceport coming up. We got Washington all but one tile built out. We're starting to put ski resorts up. So once we can put ski resorts on all this stuff. And then we're going to be just killing it here. But yeah, anyway, this is Xtace. Hope you enjoyed the Civ chill there. And we'll be back with the last episode and the end of this playthrough here. And we'll be looking at starting with the next character after that. And I think the next one I do, I'm going to be looking for a Civ that is a smaller one that is meant to play like 8 cities with. And instead of going on a big conquest, I'm gonna show you all how to play a Civ playthrough where you're more looking at being friendly with your neighbors as opposed to going to war with them. But anyway, this is Xtace, and I'll catch you later.